Hey guys, so it's been a while since I did a video and a podcast, whatever. But yeah, finally I'm back. So I was doing a few courses and got really caught up in it. But finally I'm back. So okay, so in this video and slash podcast, I'm specifically talking about what makes the people who are damn good at security, damn good at security. So for that you need to take a step back and understand what is really happening when you walk in as a security analyst, or you walk into a company and they need help with security. Understand the relationship you or your previous manager had with that company. Majority of the time security is a field that people hate as it's by itself. It's a department that people don't like because they get the impression that you or the security team by itself don't want them to do their work properly. So that relations persist, and even though you come as a new person, that same feedback is going to be given. The way they talk to you, you're going to feel that when you talk to them. And I will say this, that as security professionals, people, I mean, in the past, we have created that impression, that we don't want you to do your work and we don't want you to do your job. Security comes first, blah, 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 whatever. But see it from their point of view. It's causing a hindrance to their work, to their job. And that's not the purpose of security. Security comes in to first make sure your business is working, and then making sure it's working securely. Like whatever you're doing from IT, whatever it is, whatever your role is, that is the main purpose of security. Because there's no use of securing something that does not need security. Or let me put, sorry, not exactly that. It's There's no use of security if there's nothing to secure, right? So we're forgetting that. It's always going to the point that we need security, we need security, we need security, we need security. But what is the impression that we're giving to management, or what is the impression you're giving to the business owner? We're just coming in and asking for money, and that's it. We're not producing income. So this is from my understanding and from the data that I have seen with my clients. I am able to provide additional feedback and give them more insight from a totally different point of view. Now, my role with my clients is I focus on security and I provide other services, but yeah, my main focus is security. Now, in security, I get access to logs. Basically, I have access to the whole network. I am in control. I'm the guy who, takes care of everything, plans out everything. My team, they handle it if I'm not there. But yeah, my main role is to handle the whole network and make sure everything's happening properly. Now, because I have the kind of access I have to networks, I can give my clients a much more better understanding of what's happening. And it is not from an administrative point of view, it is from a business point of view. The way I see it is, I know which customer is coming when, how much time they spend on a website, how much time they spend on a portal, whatever it is. I can give them better analytics and possible decisions that they could make, or feedback that they could feedback I give that they could use to improve their business. So I'm not taking a role of only security in here. My main job is security, but I'm seeing it from a business owner point of view. If I was running the business, I want to be able to make money. It's not that whatever money I get, I want to put it into security, and at the end of the day, I have the minimum balance in my bank account. That is not the role. Now, and that's wherein many security professionals get stuck up. Like, This is what we are. We are technical people. I don't care about the business. I want my network to be secure. But what happens when you don't have a network to secure? So that's my point. There's no use of security if there's nothing to secure. In fact, let's take a little different angle. Now, this is from a human point of view, not from a technical point of view. So, this podcast is specifically of how you can, or what you could do to build your relationship with other departments of the business by itself. Now, if you go to see an IDS, okay, typically has, it typically catches problems or events. Out of 100 events, 1 to 2% would be true positives. Now, if you do not know what is a true positive, it's basically that it is for sure a positive event which should be blocked. Okay. Then you have true negative, which is this event is surely does not need to be blocked. Then you have false positive, wherein the IDS thinks it's supposed to be blocked, but it isn't supposed to be blocked. And then you have the false negative, wherein it should be blocked, but it isn't blocked. And that's the most dangerous aspect. But again, that's not the point out here. A true positive is only caught 1 to 2% by an IDS. An analyst will again catch around 1% to, so let's take it as 5%. That also I'm really exaggerating, but 5% of the events that he goes through. A user will most likely catch 10% of the events. I'll tell you how. Every attack, there's always a human involved. Okay, now I'm not telling you to go and educate your users on full security, and that's your job. It's your job to figure out whether it is a security event or no. Educating the users of of simple things, like your computer is really slowing down, your bandwidth is really, there's some problem with your bandwidth, or they don't have enough internet access, whatever it is. When they find such problems, tell them, report it to the security team, report it to the IT team. It's causing a problem for their business or for their working, and it's also causing a problem, or it could potentially be a problem for the security team as well, basically a possible event. So now you're catching it at the very first step. Now see, I'm talking from a point of view where attacks do involve humans. Majority of the attacks at any stage do involve humans, some stage or the other. There are very few attacks that do not involve humans at all. Okay, and humans are the weakest point in the whole chain. You can put all the group policies you want on a network, you can put all the security you want on a network or a endpoint device, but if a human decides it wants to get compromised and it's some internal person, it is going to get compromised. It's only the question of how. So coming back to this, get humans involved, get your people involved, get your employees involved, put put training material, and at the first instance they're not going to listen to you. So tell them, this is a method by which I can help you secure your family, your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father, your grandmother, all of them. That is the whole point. That's when they will listen to you. So get them involved. How do you get The next thing is, how do you get management involved? Go through your logs, take 1 day off, 1 day of security specifically. Okay, or put someone in your team on from security to just go and see the logs and make sense of it. It doesn't need to be a security event, it does not need to be an IT only. Just make sense of the logs, get what data you can, understand it. You will get information which is useful to management, you will get information which is useful for marketing, you will get information which is useful for sales. Put in a report and tell them, show it to them, get those teams involved. That's what makes the difference between a normal security person who just knows tech and a person who's helping to improve the business. Here's an example. What happened was, there was this one big company, and this is a true story. Okay, they had, or they have, computers endpoints all around the world. Each computer was sending a ping on the network. So take it as, I'm just shooting in, I'm just saying this right now. This is not the actual number, but say there are 1 million computers. 1 million is less, by the way. So say there are 1 billion computers. Every minute or every hour, it's pinging, putting a ping on the network. So 1 million pings into 64 bytes. Okay. Every hour. So 24 hours a day. Now, ideally, it won't be 24 hours because people will switch off the computers or hibernate it or get it off the network. But let's say 12 hours a day. Okay. Multiply by 365 days. And the industry they are in, they need to store the logs for a period of 7 years. This ping 64 bytes into 12 hours into 365 days into 7 years. That's the amount of logs that they need to store just for ping. And that's not helping the network in any way. All the IT people needed to do is block ping on their firewall. And that helped this company save $1.75 billion over a span of 7 years. This is how a security engineer, a technical, or security events and logs can be used to save money. Now this was just ping. There were many more logs in that which could be used to help the business grow and know their customer well, which was put to the marketing team. But this is how you get the management involved, this is how you get the sales involved, this is how you get marketing involved, and this is how you get IT involved. Just understand your logs, put it to them, help them in their own department.